Get to your top stories. This morning, we are learning more about a federal law enforcement operation in St. Paul.
This sparked a lot of things: confusion, fear, confrontation outside of a local business there.
Barrett Leon joining us live this morning in St. Paul with details on the clash between protesters and federal agents. Barrett.
Hey, good morning, Heather, AJ. Yeah, a lot of questions still this morning left unanswered. St. Paul city leaders tell us that they are working to get clarity from federal partners after this chaotic scene yesterday that left several people injured. Federal authorities, they tell us that this was in connection to a criminal investigation. However, residents, community members were convinced that it was an immigration raid, which ultimately led to this clash. Now, it happened just after 10 o'clock yesterday morning outside Brotech, an industrial business near University Avenue. Community groups rushed in, thinking workers were being targeted for immigration enforcement. Federal agents wearing FBI and DEA markings clashed with protesters who tried to block vehicles from leaving. Our cameras captured the physical confrontation. Agents also used a chemical irritant on the crowd. Right now, it's unclear if anyone was detained in connection to immigration. St. Paul police tell us it was informed that the search was related to a criminal investigation into a business. Still, the mayor says he shares the community's concern.
Covering their faces and not showing, not showing ID or not showing warrants and things like that, which, as far as I can tell, goes against everything American law enforcement has always at least claimed to stand for.
An ICE spokesperson would not give many details, but says that this is an ongoing investigation and that there is no threat to the public. We know that immigration advocates plan to rally outside that business later this morning. And coming up in the next half hour, we'll hear from a daughter who says her father was taken into custody by ICE agents.
All right, our Barrett Leon reporting from St. Paul this morning. Thank you. Also new this morning, the search is on for a suspect in an attempted carjacking. This is out in Cottage Grove. So last night, it's about 8:30, Cottage Grove police responded to an attempted carjacking. This was at 79th and Hemingway Avenue. Police say the suspect reportedly was armed with a knife. We do have a description. It's not great, but you're going to want to be on the lookout for it. A man roughly 5'6", blue ski mask, blue tedder jeans, dark colored hoodie, baseball cap. He was last seen running northbound on Hemingway. If you have any information, maybe you have a ring camera, give police a call. We are learning about an emergency rescue up north.
This is why authorities right now have put out the warning, please be careful on the ice, because the Becker County Sheriff's Office tells us 2 teens fell through the ice on Straight Lake. This is in Osage. First responders were quick to the scene to rescue the 13 and 14-year-old boys. The 2 had been floating inside of a plastic sled that they had been trying to move across the ice, and that's when they fell through. Now, the good news is they were not hurt. But again, the Sheriff's Office using this as a reminder, please stay off the lakes right now.
A Twin Cities ice contractor is one of 16 men busted in an underage sex sting. The Bloomington police chief says that they arrested the men as part of what he calls Operation Creep. Chief Booker Hodges says that the men tried to meet with a girl that they thought was 17 years old. Other suspects, according to police, included a bus driver, an HVAC technician, and someone who works for Minnesota Pollution Control. Now, even after more than a dozen men were arrested in this case, the chief says technology is making their job tougher.
The tactics that these people are using on these apps continue to change. A lot of these platforms are getting sophisticated, which is making these operations more and more difficult to do.
Police say 4 of the 16 have already been charged, including the man who works for ICE. Now, WCCO has reached out to both the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency to confirm the men's roles and whether they're still employed. We will continue to follow this case as more charges are expected to come out.
Time right now is 6:06, and a Minnesota state trooper is charged, accused of groping a female colleague during a training event. Court documents say the incident happened in August, but the charge was just filed last month. Prosecutors say the trooper touched the victim inappropriately several times while drinking after a training event at Camp Ripley. Documents say the accused trooper was escorted off the base, immediately placed on leave. He's facing a gross misdemeanor conduct charge for criminal sexual conduct.
Now to the very latest from the live desk this morning. Maria Lisignoli joining us now because, Maria, you're following the bill that is headed to the president's desk today, this big one to release the Jeffrey Epstein files.
AJ, so once a long shot, now almost a done deal. Leaders in Washington expect the bill to be signed by the president as early as today. House lawmakers approved the measure to force the Department of Justice to release files related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. And hours later, unanimous consent to clear the Senate once the bill arrives today. Outside the Capitol, Epstein survivors celebrating after sharing their stories. Tuesday's vote was the culmination of months-long bipartisan pressure and drama on Capitol Hill.
What do the American people want to know? They want to know who else visited Epstein's Island, who raped young girls, who abused young girls.
I want to see every single name released so that these women don't have to live in fear and intimidation.
Ninth grade.
The House bill is expected to formally move to the Senate this morning, and once it reaches, it will pass automatically because of Tuesday evening's unanimous consent agreement. President Trump has said he will sign the bill and will, of course, continue to follow these developments in Washington and how your local lawmakers are responding. Heather, AJ.
All right, Maria, thank you. National Transportation Safety Board is warning many bridges are in danger. Agency issuing 17 safety recommendations to prevent accidents like last year's Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse in Baltimore. So this happened after a container ship crashed into one of the support pillars. The NTSB recommends are aimed at both ship operators and bridge owners. They include instructions to use thermal imaging to find loose wires on ships. Now, it was such a wire that was found to be responsible for the power outage that ultimately led to that crash.